Greetings, I'm Sunny. Technology is supposedly getting smarter and more convenient, but sometimes it just feels like it's getting in our way. The recent push for generative AI, the subscription model, or even the ultra-thin laptop with absolutely no modularity or repairability, blah blah blah, yada yada. Sometimes you just want a tool that does exactly what it tells you to do. And that leads us to our topic today.
So let's go back and use a laptop from 20 years ago, and there are no better way than using the legendary ThinkPad. Greetings everyone, I am Gao, and in front of me is a laptop that has turned 20 this year, a ThinkPad X60s. Now, don't let the age fool you. Why must take from the 2006 belong in a museum or in a junk drawer? This machine still feels like it was built for the apocalypse. It's got that classic magnesium alloy chassis and the carbon fiber reinforced plastic lid. Back when thin and light didn't mean flimsy and bendable. Under the hood, we are looking at the Intel Core Duo L2400. It's a low voltage 32-bit chip clocked at 1.66 GHz, and by the modern standard, it's basically a calculator, but back then, this was the pinnacle of portable productivity. And we have got a 12-inch 4:3 aspect ratio screen running at 1024 by 768. And of course, the legendary 7-row keyboard. You just don't get this kind of key travel and layout on the Ultrabooks. It's tactile, clicky, and still has the dedicated volume button and the physical ThinkVantage button. Using it in 2026 is an sign in patience, but also a lesson in minimalism. No webcam, no HDMI, and the battery life is, well, you unplug it, blink, and it's gone. But there is something incredibly satisfying about the tactile feedback of every click and the way the chassis barely flexes under pressure. It's a reminder of a time when laptops were meant to be repaired and upgraded, not just replaced. Let's be real, this thing a tank that happened to run code. Let's see what happened when we actually try to put this old silicon to its limit. And the limit is just surviving a day of usage in university. Right now, it's currently running Debian 12, but for a more realistic use, we will switch to Windows 7. Will it survive web browsing, taking lecture, coding, and more? Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Ying Ying. I'm your typical university student, and let me summarize my day with X60s in 2 minutes for you. The laptop has necessary port you could ever ask for. You can start plugging in all your devices on the get-go, from flash drive to SD card to headphone and more. It's also surprisingly so light and portable. I can easily carry it around the university. Despite its lightness, it's still durable with the magnesium build. For university lectures, it's honestly a productivity beast, since there is nothing distract me. No AI or voice system getting in my way. I can fully focus on taking notes with this legendary keyboard. They really don't make like this used to. For coding, it handles basic logic and lab assignment just fine, especially when all you need is a text editor and a computer. But don't push it too hard with heavy projects, or you'll definitely hear the fan screaming for its life. Web browsing, however, is its ultimate patient test. Modern sites are just too heavy for this hardware. You'll be waiting quite a while for a page to load. I experiment with Windows 7 in today's test, but if you are serious about using an old laptop, consider installing lightweight Linux distro instead. Since it is lighter, it does not hog the resource, keeping these 20-year-old machines running smooth in 2026. This ThinkPad X60s is nice at all. But how about we visualize the difference with modern laptop by comparing them? I have guessed for that.
Hello, I'm Kim, and let me show you a little comparison. After using it for a while, you really start to notice what it does well and what it doesn't, especially when you compare to the modern laptop such as this one, ThinkPad T14s Gen 4 AMD that we have here. The port selection is actually impressive. Everything you need is in here. It also surprisingly portable for its age, weighing at only 1.33 kilograms with a 6-cell battery that we currently use, and even lower at 1.2 kilograms with 4-cell battery. When people talk about the old laptop, all they think is about a heavy brick, but this one is an exception. And the keyboard, still one of the best experience out there. 7-row keyboard with deep 2.5mm key travel. You cannot get this even on the new laptop or even the new ThinkPad themselves. But the battery, performance, display, and audio really show its age. The Intel Core Duo didn't do it justice. Plus, the low voltage X86 processor with no 64-bit extension is next to nothing compared to the new, more efficient X86 64 processor in terms of processing power and efficiency. The TN panel is definitely not the most color accurate and not the brightest at 150 nits. The mono speaker is there almost as if it's just a decoration. And this ThinkPad X60s with its original battery boasts a wonderful battery life of a grand total of 0 hours and 0 minutes. Well, it's charming in its own way, just with some compromise. And the compromise are even more apparent compared to the laptop that we use in the modern day.
Alright, it's been a day. The real world test is done and the side by side in the back. Ing, you've been using this ThinkPad X60s for a day, and I wanted to ask, how do you feel about this 20-year-old fossil?
Yes, Kim, honestly, it has a piece of culture shock. Keyboard is very amazing, feel like a dream. There are also mini ports that I can use. I can take a note without instruction. But watching our website, struggle to fulfill like a waiting wanted for. Yes.
It's slow indeed. So, one big question for the audience. If one were to have this lying around in their home, is it worth it to like bring it out and use it again? Or on the other hand, if they like is it worth it to also like try to find it on eBay just to use it for the nostalgia?
If you already own it, I think it's very worth with Windows 7. Yes, but string a lightweight display on its end. This track free lighting. But should you go buy one day? No.
Alright,
Yes.
okay. What we call as always, Kim, you've seen how T14s stack against this X60s. I want to know if you would rather ditch the modern tech for the classic experience.
Well, look, I love the classic. Whenever seeing T14s do everything, while the fan didn't even spin at all, while the X60s still thinking about opening the file. My heart stays with grace.
Alright. So, as a recent owner of this ThinkPad X60s, I agree with both of these guys. This laptop survived 2 generations of men in my family, and now it's being an actor for my YouTube and TikTok channel. So I guess it's time for it to just sit prettily on the shelf instead of being used and for the modern need. And that is all for today's video. So please leave a like, share this video to other people. If you want to see more old tech being used in modern day by me, Sunny, please leave a comment down below. For today, Sunny out.